Nobody's happy. No one's happy. All right, we'll do that there. That's fine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to use the Move It mods because I can. Oh my goodness me! We've got vehicle despawning on. So you want to increase the land value in your city, you want to get more money from your citizens, but you also want to encourage growth in your cities. Well, then you've come to the right place. Here we are in Biffalo County, and we are going to expand today. Oh man, they're loving that wiggly road. We're going to expand over here and use this little teeny tiny plot of land for something exciting. So if we just zoom in over here, we can see we've got this piece of land that's right by the highway. It's right by this train access over here. We have trams that all run along the front. Lovely waterfront. We've got the railway line that comes through here as well if we wish to do something with that. And yeah, we're right by the side of this lovely piece of real estate here, looking over Eggsy's Mountain over on that side. And I'm thinking we can build a cool looking entertainment complex, maybe football, maybe some other sporting events and stadiums, pedestrian areas, all that sort of thing. And we are going to, I don't want to say cram it in here, we're going to lovingly place all the pieces in here so it's going to look absolutely fantastic at the end. Just before we dive into that, there was a couple of comments on the last episode. I asked you all for some names for this area over here as we are heading onto the island that was designed by Eggsy. And we've got the Vermont Woodland Park, and there we go. And the name was suggested by Shannon Stevens for this area, and it was Eggleston, which I think was fantastic, which is actually a small town in Virginia, in America. Thank you very much. That was the top suggested name. So that's now Eggleston Woodland. And what I'm going to do, just to remind myself when we get over here, I'm just going to put a little place in like that. And we're going to put Eggleston in there. Excellent. Thank you for that name suggestion. The next one is from Michael Bailey. Saying great work, thank you very much. How about adding, it said, some bushes and trees just along here, just to try and help people not look down into the gardens over there, but they'd still be able to see out across from T-Back Mountain, and I thought that was a fantastic idea. So let me just add something along here like this. There we go, just a few bushes there. You still get the view across into the city, which is good. And I've also added the same sort of thing over here on the other side. Oh, there we go, we went past it. There we go, where we get our little lookout tower as well. So now you can't even see the roofs of the houses, but still an excellent view across the city. How are people loving this park? Let's just check out how many visitors we've got and what level we're at. We're at level 3 at the moment. 2,280 income a week. Just need some more visitors to get up to the next level. I'm sure that will happen in this episode. Thank you very much, Michael Bailey, for that suggestion. And then finally from Anirudh Agrawal, Biffa, could you please show your settings for Play It, Render It, and Relight? I'm also using this map. I can't make it as beautiful. So very briefly, let me show you what I've got. This is what I've got in Play It. So that basically just sets the time of day. Nothing much to change on there, and nothing much to change on there. For Render It, that is a little bit more complicated. There's a lot of options and settings on this one. So maybe I will quickly flick through those, and you can pause the game if you wish and see what they look like. There we go. And once you've got that all set up, save yourself a profile and name it as well. And then finally, over here, I also use Theme Mixer 2, which I do have a theme I put together, but I'm using the Photorealistic LUT by Reaper, so that might help you with that. And then this one's going to be teeny tiny and very small on the screen. This is Relight. If I pop it there, let's pop it here, and then maybe we could zoom into that. And that is my Relight settings for this map, which I'm pretty sure was on the Steam Workshop page. So there we go. Right, enough with all of that. Let's dive into our new area that we're going to be working on today over here. And to be able to do that, we need to unlock a square. And as you can see, annoyingly, if we just move around this way, annoyingly, the square cuts right through the middle. So we're not going to get all the access we want, but we'll get most of the square if we purchase that. There we go. And that also opens us up to Eggleston, more workable area over here, and all of this front down here, which is fantastic. There we go. Look at that. We can see we're only just missing this little corner here. So what I'd like to do first... there we go. We're having an autosave, so I'll have a quick sip of tea. And if you would like to support the channel and get your hands on some Biffalo Plays merchandise, then head over to biffaloplaysmerch.com and you can be drinking your cup of tea out of your very own Hugo There mug. I'd like to extend the key wall that we've got over here. I like the way this goes into the stones along here, but I think this looks good along the front. So let me use our picker mod and grab that. And I think where it starts from here would be a good spot to continue like this. Let's grab it in that mode there. Excellent. So I'm just going to sort of follow along here. Try not to make it too wiggly, but I will follow the line of the land. That looks much better, much neater. Yeah, still got this little bug with these bits underneath here. I'm sure that'll get fixed soon. But whoa, jumpy game. But there we go. Yeah, I think that's good. So we need some entrances and exits from here. Now, this is a main road that runs in and out of our city. A nice big collector, which then joins up to here that goes to the highway up in this way. But I would like some way of getting on and off the highway over here. And I'm thinking, how much space have we got here? Yeah, see, I would have put something right through here where we've got the space, but we don't have that square. What do we need to get the next square? Oh my goodness, like 3,000 people. Is there any way we can encourage more people to come in? If we drop that down to 9%, we don't have any high rise. We're going to lose probably a load of money, but we might just find that that just helps us. So we might just have to go at the moment with a road off of here. Do I want to continue the tram down here and have a tram stop? I think that might be a good idea because people can get on from the train station here. Yeah, let's do that. I think it's going to get pretty busy in here, so we're going to use the same road coming in and out. We'll leave the traffic lights on there for now. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and make all of this a pedestrian zone. So people are encouraged to walk around here. Let's just fill this all in. So obviously there is going to be some access into here by car, maybe up this end here. Ooh, Cherry Centre, that's nice. But as we get further along here, we're going to encourage walking as much as possible. Let's have a look at the rows that we've got here. I'm thinking one of these blue stone with trees. And I'd like to sort of flatten this area out a bit because it's lifted up there and drops right down. So maybe let's do something, because we're going to have a lot of big buildings on here and I think we're going to need the space. And we want to sort of keep it as flat as possible. And I don't think this is unrealistic to flatten all of this out by the river here. Oh, there's a railway line. Okay, excellent. Let's just push it all the way back to the railway line. Where does that go? Over there. So that bit can end up being a little bit of a slope. Yeah, that's good. And then along here, like you said, I'd like some sort of pedestrian road, this one here. And I'd like it to be flat all the way along here. What I think I might do is we'll see what it looks like with this running alongside. We'll use the parallel tool. If we go from there to here, is that going to be the wrong side? Yep, I always pick the wrong side. We'll go from there to over here. Well, that actually is just the distance I want, but I want a bit of walking space there. Maybe a little bit closer. Yeah, let's go for that. How does that look? Oh, do you know what? That doesn't look too bad, does it? Running along there. A little bit of a gap in between for some paths and things. So we are also going to need a road to run along the back here, and I think this is where we can get our nice straight road in. Let's just pick something like this. And try and get this in here, because I know a lot of these buildings are going to need... What is going on there? Thank you very much for that. Let's try that again. A lot of these buildings are going to need... There we go. Set that to the right height. A flat road to be placed against. So if we had something coming up like that, and then this one could come down there, then that gives us a lot of space there. Plus we've got our walkability over here. That could come through there somehow, I'm not quite sure. And then our tram could have a little tram stop area in there. Okay, so we need to decide what it is that we're going to add along here. And I would like to get a football stadium in here if we can. This is going to be very difficult, isn't it? So I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to move this road back. Yes, that looks a little bit better. Let's see whether that helps. It's going to be close, and it may be that we slightly change how the pedestrian road goes around there. Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty good. If we do that... Oh, look at that. That is perfect around the back. That is absolutely perfect. Oh, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So we've got our football stadium, which if we sort of zoom in here, we get a little bit of parking, but you get the fantastic view. Well, you don't get a fantastic view out the water because you'll be looking at the football, but for afterwards, walking along here and the view around here, that would be great. And then I would also like to add into here, we have our boat museum, and I think that behind here would just look absolutely brilliant. I'm going to get the Move It mod on there, and we're just going to drop that down until... Does that disappear underneath it? We still got the ladder coming up there. Yeah, that looks good. That looks like a perfect height. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah, we'll sort out your problems in a moment. I'd also like the Opera House in here, but we're going to just sort of move things around a little bit. I don't want it placed just straight against that road. What we're going to do is grab this one and bring that out. Yeah, let's just go 90 degrees there and see how that fits up against the side there. Oh, I think that would be absolutely perfect, wouldn't it? Having that there. Imagine coming down the highway. You can see the top of that, which looks great. See the top of the football stadium. Maybe get a little peek of Messi kicking the ball up in the air. Something like that. I think that is going to be fantastic. We're going to need parking around both of these. So we're going to leave a little bit of space. I'd also like one other big thing here. We've got the floating islands. What's that called? Floating gardens, begging your pardon. Which we could maybe have out the back here. Let's go for that there. Again, a fantastic view of that across here. That is a brilliant piece of engineering. Look at that. Fancy coming out here to have a spot of lunch. View down the river. Let's see what it looks like the other direction. The bridge. Actually, maybe we could get a better view. I don't know, at night that might be quite good. That's a little bit close, isn't it? To get a good view of what's going on. I'll tell you what we might just do here is you might just swap these around. There we go. Let's try that. So now if we have a little spot of lunch in here. Oh, there we go. Much better view out across the islands and the bridge and the Opera House. Very fancy, very fancy. So let's maybe put some parking in. We're going to add something else in the middle here as well. I want to attach all of these roads, of course, which you haven't quite done yet. I'm just thinking for parking, could we utilise all this space underneath here? Because it's not good for anything else, but I think that would be great. Let's have a look what we've got. So I think what we'll do is we'll try and make use of these 10x4 parking lots, because I think they're going to fit in between these pillars reasonably well, like that. And we should be able to get those all the way down here. Ooh, might need to do a little bit of work on the landscaping there. Can we fit one more over here? Yeah. Can I sort this out? Yeah, I think we need to just move this railway line back a spot, a touch, a smidge. Excellent, excellent. I don't think that's unrealistic to have that much parking with all the stuff that we're going to have in here. Even though we do have train and tram access, a lot of people are going to drive to the football, aren't they? Well, we can do some decorating around that in a bit. There we go. And the final big ticket item, one of my favourite buildings, is the aquarium. I just love the look of this building. Just fancy, fancy design. I love it. I love it. Right up against the waterfront here. So I think that's good. So plenty of parking, plenty of ways to get here. We just need to hook all this up, don't we, and get it all working and see, you know, we want to see how much money it makes us, what the land value increase around here is. I mean, it must be going through the roof at the moment. Let's have a look. Not yet, because it's not working. It will be going through the roof. So we need a sort of a turnaround park for our trams. And then also we can have a bus stop along here as well as our trams. And we've got bike lanes. Whoa, jumpy game. We've got bike lanes as well. So some bike lane stops. That would also be good. So I'm just trying to think here. Could we separate out our trams in some way? So they're going to be coming down this side. And then we could get them to sort of swing back round again. Maybe if we did sort of something like this. So that's 8U. Let's go 8 this way. Whoa. And then we'll go 8 that way. We'll need to turn that one around 8 and 8 like that. So we'll turn that around. There we go. So our tram can get in and out. But I'd like the road to connect over there, which is obviously going to be a bit of an issue here. Yeah, something like that. And that could sort of clonk into there. And then that could come into over here, couldn't it? So our trams go out. The cars go straight on. I mean, it's going to be busy, but, you know, that's fine. I don't mind that. We could lose that little bit of road there. So that then turns into there. In fact, could we go... Yeah, that'll be fine. We've got an extra lane there. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring this road back in again. So that extra lane then could be going this way. Yeah, that's fine. We're probably not going to end up with some sort of junction on here. I don't think we're going to have enough space, but something like this I think will be good. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places trams can stop if we have that many trams coming in. And then we can connect our pedestrian roads. They can sort of connect up anywhere, really, can't they? Like end of here. We can then bring the same one in from the middle of this. Let's see. And sort of curve that into there. So you get access through there. That'll be good. What about over here? We could have these coming down the side. So not that one because we've got it facing this way. Although to be honest, it looks exactly the same whichever way it's facing. So do you know what? We could instead upgrade this. Yep, which will be a lot better. And then I'd like the same down the side here if possible. And then we can also have the same coming down the side of this building. Yep. I think that looks okay. It gives access around there. We're going to need some sort of path to get from here onto our key wall over here as well. Let's go for... I like these ones here. The nice looking path. If we can fit that in there. Oh, the thing with these is they look so tiny, don't they? Unless we do that. But then it goes out into the sea. Which is a bit of a pain. I mean, if we use this one, it doesn't. So it might be that we just need to go with that instead. So let's add a few of these along here. There we go. Excellent. Looking better all the time. Very good, very good. Yeah, I'm just looking at the tram coming around these corners, and it is a bit of a weird looking one. So I'll tell you what we might just do here is grab our node controller and see if we can just make these a bit more slopier. So if we turn those to 14 and just see whether that makes it look a lot better. I think they must be coming up here to turn round. Let's just see what happens with this one once the lights change, whether it looks more realistic. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. That's a lot better than it was. And we're going to change up our lights. Oh my goodness me! We've got vehicle despawning on. Yeah, I've had a lot of problems with mod packs and things, so I've been switching mods in and out, so there's no surprise that that's happened. We will turn that immediately off. Traffic lights, I do not want traffic lights there, but... I'm thinking, what are we going to do give way? These are only ever going to go out, so they're not in the way of anybody coming in. I think these are going to give way, or yield, I should say. And everything else can carry on. And then here, again, you're going to give way. So the trams are always going to have access to get around. This needs to be made bigger, doesn't it? Let's straighten those out. And make that a bit more of a slopey turn around the corner. I think that is a lot better. I can bring that one up. That's not going to be an issue. And maybe bring that up. Yeah, something like that. Let's have a look when that one comes around this corner. Yeah, much better. Much more realistic. Around the other corners, no problem. And then traffic lights there would make sense. Bike parking was another thing we mentioned. And we do have some of these here. Bicycle parking. So if I actually change that, bicycle parking, we've got a nice load of assets that we could pop in. Which is the largest one of these? Yeah, this one here with a little covering over the top. So people are maybe getting off of their trams over here. They could park their bikes. I mean, they could literally park them all the way along the front here, couldn't they? So maybe we'll do like a little pattern here. Okay, I think that'll work nicely as a fantastic bike park along here. I think these assets just look great, don't they? I might just change up the colour. I think it's sort of automatically picked a different colour. So what we're going to do is use our Move It mods, pick that one there, and then I've got Control R as to reset. There we go. So we get the same colours as the other ones. Very good. Yeah, looking smart, looking smart. So as we've got the trams coming up here, let's maybe have a look at our tram stops. Let's turn that on so we can see what we're doing. Whoa, what happened there? And we're back in the room. Yeah, they're coming up here to turn around. So we can add a stop up there. And then if we have another line come up here, is there another line? No, it's just this one that goes back. So that is the one. I'm not quite sure which direction that's coming from. We'll leave it like that, and that'll be fine for now. Buses. If we could have a bus stop come up here as well. So that would have to stop up here and then turn around somehow and come back, wouldn't it? Because he couldn't use these lines. Yeah, let's see. Do you know what? We could add in like a turnaround spot, couldn't we? So we have that one there. And then we've got it when it comes back from the other direction, but have that on the other side. That'll be good. And then maybe we can just repurpose this little bit of space here for a bus turnaround area, if that's possible. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I mean, I could just... ideally, I want it round like that. So what I might just do is do it really small here. Oh, even just going to let me swing that bit around there. Come on, game. I want it like this. Like this. Like this. Come on. Like, alright, we'll do that there, that's fine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to use the Move It mods because I can. Let's hold Shift, and I'm going to bring that out here, and I'm going to monkey with this until it looks like it's going to work. Just give me a second. There we go. So ignore the fact that the road looks a little bit winky wonky over there. This should work fine. And if we do a bit of Hugo there, excellent. Then you can go in each direction. The only thing is this corner here is going to be super, super tight, isn't it? Is there anything we could do to help with that? I mean, if we bring that back a bit, that's not going to help. I mean, we could swing that back a little bit, I suppose. That might make a little bit of a difference. Let's keep an eye on these buses for a sec. Yeah, I think we'll leave it like that. And then when we've got this open, we can always come back and monkey with that. But I think that will do for now. And then I'd like to fill up some of these spaces with plazas. This spot over here, now this plaza's great, but it needs to be over a larger road. So if we grab this road, which is that one there, and then what is that? Small blue stone. So if we go for a large blue stone with grass, and we bring that out of the middle here in a straight line, and then we should be able to pop that over the top like this. Excellent. I really wanted it facing the other way, so can you face the other way for me? You did for a second, and that, oh, there we go. Excellent. And up against, there we go. We'll get there in the end, and I think that will look very good. What we're going to do is just bring, let's have a look. We could again grab these roads and bring them up the side here. That can just go straight in, can't it? And then this one can go straight in here. Excellent. That gets all of those hooked up together as well. So everything's got road access that needs it. Pedestrian access all over the place. We just need another little pedestrian road straight down there. And I think that's looking good. We need to get our power across to these people. They're all hooked up, but not hooked up to the grid. So we're going to use this little thing here, the earthquake sensor. Because once we do build some stuff in here, it will work a lot better. But it's allowing me to place it outside the grid, which is really weird. Wouldn't expect that. So if we do this and then come across here. Oh, has it jumped? It looks like it's jumped. Are you lot happy with the fact that I'm thinking it's jumped? Nobody's happy. No one's happy with... I'm thinking it jumped, but it hasn't. Okay, should we pop one more in under the rock? And then another one over here. It's jumped. Why are you not happy with... Ah, there we go. They are now happy with the power. Of course, this is a pedestrian area. So we do need to have some of our pedestrian items here a service point. So I'm thinking... I don't want that in here, messing around with all of this. We've also got some water flooding issues over here. Let's just quickly take care of that. Just going to take a higher height from up here and just draw this out a little bit. And just see whether that gets rid of it. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, that should work for that. Good. Okay, we've got our train line here, which I've completely forgotten about. And I think, again, that is going to be something that's going to scoot under here with this space that we've got and join at the top there. So we don't need to worry too much about that. Right, our service centre. Where could we put that that's not going to cause too many issues? Now, if we look here, this doesn't have access through this way. It comes underneath here. Oh, look at that. Even with despawning turned on. Bit of a backup there, but we're doing okay. Oh, by the way, totally changing the subject from what we were talking about before. Off camera, I put some linked traffic lights through here, and they were working quite well. So let me just show you what I've done very briefly, otherwise I'm going to completely forget. So these two are both linked together. So what should happen is obviously when one side goes where it makes sense, the other side goes. So you can see these are going. They can carry on. They can go all the way through, and it's always turning on red, so it goes through a lot better. This has got a set. I was going to put this one in as well, but I haven't. I think that's where we've got a little bit of backing up. But usually that works okay. Maybe we're just getting a bit of extra traffic coming in at the moment. We won't look at that. Yeah, so I'm thinking, so this road here, where the buses come down, connects up the top. So if we had our service point access here, then it's not going to bring any more extra traffic along there. It's just going to be up here, which is near where the highway access is anyway, and all of our industry and that sort of thing. And I think that'll make a good use of this little spot. So let's see if we can just do that. I think that'll be okay. That'll give us the access that we need around here, and hopefully they'll all stop complaining. Yep, so they just need some trash collection. That is good. Right, let's do a little bit of decoration around here, and then we can see what sort of spots we've got left. But maybe, actually, let's quickly pop in a couple of other plazas that we've got along here. Have we got any... So this one here I really like, the Flower Plaza. If we could put that back to back in the middle here, that is just absolutely perfect. We need to just line that up ever so slightly. That looks really nice. And what I would really like is both of those to have the same size tree. There we go. So if we reset that one, that looks good. So now they can walk from one side to the other if they need. Well, things are going well. Lots of people are turning up to use this area. Less using the trams than I thought, which I thought would have been a better idea. What I might just do here is give everybody dedicated lanes. There we go. So I control left click. So now we can go straight on over here or turn right there. I'm hoping they're not just coming up here to turn around. Let's just see where these cars are going. So they're coming in here. They're dropping people off there, and they're coming into park, which is fine because we did put car parks in here, of course, didn't we? So as long as the traffic doesn't back up too badly, we should be all right. There's a couple of little spots here we need to say. Don't stop there. Go through. Whoa, there we go. Ah, Mount Teaback Park has reached level 4. We were waiting for that, weren't we? Excellent. Go through there. Excellent. We don't need two lots of crossing. We'll do the same there. We'll take off that crossing. You go through. You go through. That's fine. And then I'm wondering whether our tram route could just do with adjusting. Let's have a look. Actually, we've got plenty of space, plenty of trams, not lots of waiting time, and the traffic's gone down now that we've given them dedicated road. That is working out much better. Glad they're all using the parking over here, which is what we wanted. Let's jump again. Let's do a little bit of decorating with our parking bays at the back here. So I'm just thinking about some of these little spots that we've got around the place, and it would be great to get some wall-to-wall commercial in here, I think. We need some shops of some description. So we go into here, we've got commercial wall-to-wall buildings. Let's pop those in, and let's maybe just zone some of these little gaps we've got here. I'm just thinking what's going to be the best way to do this. If I ban zoning on the main road, it means we can get a nice sort of straight section through there, which might actually work out. That could go around the corner. That would look better there, like that. This bit here will keep separate, and let's try this and see how it looks. Oh, I have to say, these buildings just look fantastic. We can hear them all upgrading as well. Look, they're loving life being over here as well. Oh, these just look, they fit in so well. Lovely, lovely design. Oh, some of these are upgrading. Let's just have a look at that. So many people walking around and enjoying this area as well. Absolutely brilliant. So what I would like to do is sort of tidy up some of the squares, because we're probably not going to get... Yeah, we should. It's a shame we're not going to get a building in here, but I could probably do something about that. If we come into here and let's see, if we pick that with the picker mod and have a look, I think they've got, yeah, they don't have wall-to-wall in the name, but what we can do is pick something from the Plazas and Promenades DLC. So we go into here and say DLC required, base game at Plazas and Promenade, there we go, and wall-to-wall commercial, this one here. And try and pick out something. I mean, level 2 would be okay. Trying to pick out level 1. Yeah, it's trying to make me put it over there. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it over there. Then I'm going to grab this one. Boink. And turn it around. And see if we can just squeeze that in the front there. Like that. Yeah, that's okay. And then we're going to have a similar thing over here with some spaces. Let's see if we can pick a slightly larger building. There we go, that fills in that spot there. And then what we can do after that is we can grab some of our concrete brushes and we can just sort of close this in a bit. And then, let's do that, that, and that. We'll do the same over here. And then we could probably put like a walking path through there as well, just to sort of make this really feel like an open walking area where anybody can come through. Let's just make sure we're not going to destroy anything. So we have that through there. I mean, you can't really see it. What about this side? I think if we move that up so it's right up against that building, then we can have a path through here. Yeah, that fits okay. Let's just get a little bit more of this action going on just to close those gaps. There we go. Now people are walking through the buildings, coming through to the plaza areas, and then we could even do a little bit of decorating on these little spots here as well. And there we go, just a little something like that out the back suddenly turns this concrete area into a nice little part of the plaza for walking around as well. I think that is looking rather spiffing. Maybe we can do something similar with some of these other areas as well. Oh, I wanted to something underneath here. I don't want this to be a plaza because it's right underneath the concrete, but if we could get some buildings there. Unfortunately, it's not letting me force zoning. Force zoning, which would be good, but I'm just wondering whether we could just place some of these buildings anyway without it being a problem. and putting some of these things up alongside just to make it look nice as well. And there we go, we just made a little something of that area there as well. Looking nice, looking nice. So I think what we're going to do to try and help out a little bit along here, we've got our bus routes that come through here. I think we're going to change these. We're going to move one of these along to the middle here somewhere. There we go. And then we're going to move the other one as well to the other side of the road. Have I got these all crossing over weirdly? I might just swap those two over. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. I'll have a look at those at some point. So we'll just try and get people to come to the central section rather than everybody getting out of here and walking along. I think that'll be good. Feel like we need a little bit more detail in some of these spots here. Let's just see what we can do with this area here. So there's still a little bit of work to do around the entrance and where our tram stop-off point was, but we'll get to that when we've unlocked the other square that's next to it. But let me know what you think about this lovely waterfront entertainment area, and be sure to subscribe before you go as well. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.